2, 1, and pills. There we go. Dave Smith's got a bit of an open board. Atalito's going to have to break through somewhere here to really start opening the board up. Already signaling for that horizontal up top here with the reds. And he is going to get it with this combo and drops the yellow down very beautifully. Meanwhile, on Dave's side, down to 24 viruses here, off to the races as well. He's really just trying to get the big puzzle early on is that upper left-hand corner, but he seems to have figured it out for the most part.
Yeah, the opening gambit is really a make or break moment when it comes to players deciding how the board's going to open up here. And both these players really signaling that they're just going to combo it down, combo it hard to really make sure that they have plays everywhere they can. 14-16 in favor of Atalito, who's been playing that squeaky clean game, although Dave Smith has a statement of his own with that drop combo. 11-12 now. Dave Smith taking that slight lead over Atalito.
Dave Smith is kind of segmenting what he wants to do here. He is picking his spots here. I like this. He's now got free and clear. He's got setups everywhere here. Partial clears all over the board. He can go horizontal. He is going to do the drill double vertical there. He is down to 2, looking like he might be out first as Atalito trying to figure out this end game here. Dave out at a minute 18.
An excellent timer, looking for a 130 out of 6 and about a 3 minutes out of 7 here. So definitely Dave on par with it. Of course, ooh, but a little bit of a misdrop. He's gonna have to address that to make sure he can has access to what he needs to do.
Yeah, and he doesn't. And with that being in the third to right column, it's going to be hard for him to really access anything with the board elevation. So he's going to have to figure out something underneath or get the clears horizontally, like he did there. Really good recovery. It has afforded Atalito here a little bit of a advantage here, needing yellow and not getting it, and starting to set things up, really just using 7 and 8 as a trash column. He's got that blue stacked up a little higher than I'd like, but we'll see what he does here. He's looking for that double yellow, gets it one pill too late, and that's just sometimes how it goes with RNG as he pulls off a massive combo, and I will stop talking.
Jeez, just destroying half the board with that combo there. As you said, a double red came a little bit too inopportune, but he was able to manufacture and just destroy a whole bunch of viruses. Adelito back in the fight here. It's 18-19, taking an ever so slight lead over Dave Smith, who has combos ready to set up over if that third column, assuming he can get a couple reds and yellows here. He's going to drop that down. A blue there. He's going to drop it down. No, does not take that. He's going to set that down over to here. He is getting things set up clear. He just needs a blue to fire it off, and we're going to see a lot of fireworks going on Dave Smith's side. And here
There it
we go.
is. Big combo. Gets a bunch off the board. He's down to 12. That didn't really leave a very clean board on his end. Meanwhile, Atalito, wow, huge combo. And he is going to be setting up here. That may have been an intentional misflip, maybe going for that last. And that does seem to be the play here, preventing that drop time out at 3:02. Meanwhile, Swung, Dave Smith, I think, might be going horizontal up top.
Yeah, I think if he builds up, he can destroy the viruses at the side, destroy them at the bottom there, getting that red as the last piece for him to destroy. And that's exactly what he's signaling. That's going to be a way for him to minimize the amount of drop time there. Just needs a couple more blues to get out of here. But Adelito, meanwhile, taking advantage of this lead that Dave Smith had with his misdrop, really. 328 out of level 7 here. Dave only fight 7 viruses behind you.
And Dave's opening board here, not a lot of blue access. There's a lot of yellow and red on that top line. He's going to have to get creative. And sometimes you do take those intentional misdrops. Sometimes you can create something really wonderful out of those intentional misplays. And we're seeing Dave here down to 30, but Atalito holding on to a 7 virus lead here, playing a clean board. He's going to drill down and get 2 off the board and going to get that yellow garbage off, drilling everything down. He is down to 19, playing a phenomenally clean board. Not a lot of yellow access for Atalito, but once he does, he can kind of start working on that bottom right corner. Need some double reds here to access that left side.
And he's playing that textbook Dr. Mario, going to take as many verticals as he can, just a very straightforward approach. And I think that's really giving Adelito the edge that he needed to really destroy his level 8 here. Taking that red horizontally at the bottom here, going to signal to clear those reds out in one fell swoop here. Going to clear those reds first, then the reds. I think he's going to clear the blues out vertically and then the yellow horizontally.
That seems to be the play here, and he does have that set up. He did drop the combo down, so just needing that singular yellow out at a 4:41. Really good time so far here, averaging about a minute 15 a level.
Excellent pace for Atalito here. That blue yellow is going to make it very difficult for him to make yellows useful for him. He's going to be strategic with his plays here. Hopefully, the doctor isn't going to giving too many yellows on Atalito's side. Completely devoid of any sort of yellow plays. He is not going to tuck that in. Going to go ahead and drop that down. Perhaps going to tuck the reds and yellows out. No, still clearing things out vertically to keep that there. 30 viruses remaining for Atalito in this level 9.
A good horizontal clear by Atalito. Meanwhile, Dave is in a bit of a bind here. He's got that yellow virus in column 7 deeply buried. Managed to dig it out, but he's going to have to go vertical pretty much everywhere out of the gate here. He's going to have to find a way to minimize that drop time in column 8, because drop time, barring an underclear, is going to have to be a factor because there's just so much blue. He could have comboed the blue garbage out, chose not to. He is going to go and set up the drop cross there out at a 544 going into 9, but it feels like it's academic at this point, Swang.
Yeah, Adelito is running away with this level 9 here. Everything that's coming up Adelito this last part here. He has found the extra gear and is just really capitalizing on it. Meanwhile, he's going to need to take those blues. Yes, he's taking it one at a time to address the blues to make sure that it's not too spired with too many colors. Maintain a color diversity is Adelito here. Meanwhile, Dave Smith looking to clear out a bunch of things over on the side here. He's going to need a couple of doesn't really little paralysis by analysis over on Dave Smith's side here, but he's going to need to drop things down here. 4 viruses going on Lee's side, who now just needs 1 more red, and he's going to be out.
Yeah, and it's just really tough. You really try to make sure you have a place for every combo. As Atalito takes the win at a 628, you try to have a place for every combination of pills. But sometimes it doesn't happen, and you have to get that forced garbage, and then it just kind of stockpiles on occasion. And you do get that analysis by paralysis, as you said. But and when you have that hesitation as well, it can often result in a misdrop. So you usually are dedicated to a play before that next pill is in the bottle.
Yes, most definitely. You couldn't have said it better. I think when it came to that position with Dave Smith's board here, he had that yellow red and just a whole blue on his top line. I think a lot of players that they'll do is they'll intentionally make a bad play to try and solve it and clear it later, turn that garbage into gold, or just create some strategic garbage over on Dave Smith's side. I think Dave realized that at the last minute and figured out, oh, this is what I need to do. But by that time, it was just I think he was behind the 8 ball and really scrambling to get his game ready into it as Adelito was storming through at level 9.
Absolutely. All right, well, we are getting prepared for game number 2. We've got readies, so we're just waiting on the Dave, our restreamer, to call a 3-2-1, and it looks like he is about to do that. 3-2-1, and pills. Atalito looking to advance to round 2. Dave Smith looking to force a decider. Kind of equal boards here. Good elevation everywhere. Good opportunities for plays all over the board. Good color balance. So this will be competitive.
Ooh, Adelito with that L. I wasn't sure how he was able to start this board over here. Again, the opening gambit, really a real big player to make sure that you have everything there. Was able to take those reds out horizontally and the yellows out vertically, or maybe it's vice versa. But Adelito really maintaining a real clean board here. Meanwhile, taking a look over at Dave Smith's side, he's got a bunch of things ready to fire off. He's going to drop things down. That first column's a little precarious. He may have to take that yellow out as a last ditch effort at the end or clear up the garbage. He looks like he's clearing up the garbage. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and I noticed early in the board here, Dave Smith had a blue yellow. You'll see it sitting in column 2. I think he panic flipped, wanting to set up the blue vertically and the yellow horizontally, and got a little misflip there. And that's really going to, I think, tie him up, because you try to work around things like that, but sometimes the RNG does not cooperate. We're seeing Dave Smith here getting that yellow out. Column 1 and 2 are pretty much going to be a last priority. He is tied with Atalito, though, and he's going to get this drop down. If I'm Dave here, I'm looking for a horizontal, and he's going to get a setup for a horizontal, and he will wait on that, I think, and he is going to take a little bit of drop time. Atalito down to his final viruses. He is out at a 125. Dave out at a 129. It is neck and neck going into 7.
Neck and neck going into 7. Adelito had a setup that just was waiting on a yellow red, just never came up. Usually yellow reds it is an okay pill to wait on, as the doc will not just when players make setups, I think it's better to wait for a setup that has two of the separate colors here, not just a double, and that gives you a couple outs here. And Atalito had that out ready to go, just wasn't able to get the pills over there. But Atalito looking a little inspired. He's got everything in that middle portion of the column. It's looking a little like a bell curve on Atalito's side.
Yeah, he's going to need to get that blue yellow really at the top to really start addressing the board. Meanwhile, Dave Smith, while he is down 7, has a much more open board here. Not a lot split. And on Adelito's side, just a blue, just the bottom half of that board is just all blue. So that's going to be a fun adventure for him, dependent on what he's given. But 17 to 8 here as Dave Smith now starting to address that topmost virus. A good play there. If he gets a double red, he can out that with 0 drop time, kind of a safety play for him if he needs it. Good horizontal clear there and a good vertical as well. Dave is currently at 11 as Atalito, I said earlier, Swung, he needed blue, and it's been hard coming for him.
Yeah, as you said that he just had reds and blues, and he was getting gifted yellows and reds, or not. But as we say that, he just destroys all of his viruses and just needs one more blue out. Okay, I'm taking my words back again. One of those Adelito Dave Smith matches. It's really hard to call it. I love it.
Yeah, sometimes you just see a big mess and then suddenly there's less mess. Dave out at a 311 here. He is down to go to level 8 as it is just a 4 virus game here. That yellow blue not helpful for Dave, but he's going to start getting some reds here. He's going to take that double red, open up the board, give himself a little bit more breathing room and get himself another double. And it's a good play. You've always kind of have to have in the back of your mind, Swung, a red blitz coming.
Yeah, most definitely. When you get the reds or yellow reds here, it's a pretty common pill sequence that comes up with a lot of the boards that you'll see there. Not really sure if the statistic is that the reds and yellows will come, but it's definitely, I feel as though it's a very common pill sequence here. Is David going to make that sweet tea? No, he's going to vertically clear things down to keep that exposure. 12 to 23, Adelito, definitely in a driver's seat, but definitely not over yet.
Dave's got an opportunity for a triple here, and he's not taking it. He had 2 blue yellows. He could have drilled down the yellow or the blue yellow in column 1 and gotten 4 viruses off the board. Is just electing not to take it here. He's going to go for the under clear on the blue, and this is slowing him down. He's going to get a double red down to 14, but Adelito down to 5 here. A good double there. It is going to kind of mess up what Adelito wanted to do, but he's got himself a safety valve and just needing one more blue out at a 423. Adelito looking to put this one away.
Yeah, Adelito had a really excellent end game here, just destroying everything when he needed to. And even though he had a little bit of a hiccup in his plans, didn't quite come to fruition like how he envisioned it. It was still very strong end game on Adelito's side. He is going to drop things down, taking the L with another drop combo. If that was a versus play, he'd be sending 4 pieces of garbage over. But hey, this is speed, just as awesome, just as quick.
That's strong words coming from the versus world champ here, but we've got a nice clear by Dave Smith, but Dave is really just in a bind right now, needing something to go his way here. Blue is absolutely useless for him. He's going to get the red off the board, just needing a couple of yellows now. And there's 1 and there's 2 out at a 514. He is very much behind the 8 ball here. It is a 29 virus advantage for the 2 seed.
29 virus advantage, and Adley has just been going to town, destroying all the viruses that he can, just going on an absolute tear, just destroying everything over on his side here, just keeping everything down. Adelito was keeping the game as efficient as possible, really sacrificing the he was taking drop time when he needed to, and taking the 2 3 seconds to keep that efficiency is Adelito. But as I say that, he just needs a blue to advance his plans here, and here it comes, taking more of it there with a cross here, down to his final 3 viruses, and just needs a couple reds and yellows and then a couple blues to get out of it.
And I like what he's doing here. He is going to try to set. I think he's trying to be sneaky here, maybe waiting
Uh,
for a red blue. And yeah, there it is. He's going to double out at a 602. And that will be game and match, Adelito.
602 GG's across the board. Excellent play from both these players here. And as we predicted, this was going to be a match that was going to be very difficult to call, and I'm glad that it was that way.
Absolutely.